What's up, guys? I'm Raj. I'm gonna be the host for the Jaguar Journeys new summertime podcast series called the Summertime Buzz.
This series is for returning and soon to be Black Jaguars who will be coming in August.
Tune in every Sunday at 8 p.m. We'll be airing new episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. With episodes to come, let's join the journey. Join the journey.
Hi guys, this is Camilla, your admissions coordinator. Welcome to the University of Belize. This is the place you want to be once you're considering furthering your education, you're considering to join tertiary studies, you want to be at UB. It's never too late to become a Black Jaguar. Our mandate focuses on quality, accessibility, affordability. Those are some of the key things we want to bring home to you. We have programs that range from various disciplines. If you're thinking about the social sciences, you're thinking about education, arts, science and technology, we have several programs that will meet or suit your career goals. Thinking about programs like history, our bachelor's in history, our program that is coming up in criminal justice and criminology, business studies, private sector management, you're looking at statistics. A program like statistics is a booming program right now. I mean, every organization needs people to gather information, help people make informed decisions and so forth. So once you're thinking of studying, then you want to be here. And we want you to know that it's never too late. Never too late to join the UB family. Applications are open. All you need to do is get your applications in, and you can do that from the comfort of your very home. You can apply online, or if you want to walk down, come down and talk to us. You're not so certain as to what area you want to go into. We also offer career advising. So that's one-to-one interaction with you guys. If you're indecisive, you're not sure which program you want to get into, then maybe you could think about our undeclared major, where you don't have to be sitting at home for a year or a semester. You can join our undeclared major. So UB is where you want to be. Join our Black Jaguar family. As our motto says at UB, education empowers a nation. Join the University of Belize.
Welcome, guys, to the University of Belize's podcast series, Jaguar Journeys. My name is Roderick Castillo. Miss Ema is out on summer break, so he took the initiative in creating a new podcast series called The Summertime Buzz. As the name suggests, it is a new summertime podcast series that aims to highlight, exhibit the social aspects that the university has to offer in opposed to its well-known academic side. We aim to remind returning students about what's in store. We aim to inform new and upcoming students, and also to give direction to those undecided upon where they want to be, which can possibly be the University of Belize. Guys, if you're watching, like, comment, subscribe, share. Let's get up the likes. Let's get up the subscriptions. If you would be so kind, kindly comment where you're coming from, what is your expectations at the university. Let us know. If you have any questions or queries, let us know in the comments below. We'll be able, happy and free to address any comments or concerns in other episodes to come, as we air every Sunday at 8 p.m. We have here Miss Camilla Barker, welcome, and Miss Fiona Kane, welcome as well.
Thank you. Hello.
So, to start off, what's our mission unit about?
So our department deals with creating that link between students. We're the first face, or we're the first department they see when they're coming into the university. So we deal with their application processing. We guide them along until they're students here. Then we move them in towards the student affairs department.
Okay, so for the new upcoming school year, I'm out of high school, right? I got accepted. Like, what then?
All right. So once you are accepted, and again, thank you guys so much for having us. Yeah, once you have gotten acceptance into the university, you want to make sure that you have that mindset already to read. When we respond to the students, we do so electronically. So we send the students their admissions package to their emails. And so a lot of students, they're excited, they're buzzing with glee, they're happy about getting admissions. And so the next step is to ensure that you read your full response package. So that's the number one thing we want to get out to the students. Make sure you read that letter, and it comes with an attachment of details that you now need to follow. And that includes things like securing your space into the university. You must secure your spot. We accept you. You now have to make a commitment to us. And that's a fee that you pay to indicate to us that, yes, I accept your offer, and I'm securing my spot to come to school within the next 2 months or over the next 2 months.
That's great. So is there any process that transfer students has to do as well, or freshmen, like I said, up and newcoming students from different institutions or straight out of high school? Is there some format or some way that we follow as well for them?
Okay, of course. Well, whether you are moving into third year, a transfer student, or you're a freshman coming in directly out of high school, you have to secure your spot. So all students pay that security deposit, that commitment fee. It's $175. You can pay that at the bank, or feel free to pay it online, or you can come and pay it on the campus. Now, there's a separation in terms of who will take a placement exam and who will move directly into their college level courses. And that's where we separate transfer students from freshmen. And Faye could tell you a little bit about that process. A transfer student, will they take placement,
Yes.
or the freshman coming in from high
So
school?
if you're coming from a junior college or from another tertiary level institution, then if you already took college English and college level math, then you don't need to take the placement exam. We'll use that to place you accordingly. Now, if you're coming directly from high school and you took AdLib, we'll use your AdLib grades to place you accordingly. If you did not take AdLib, then we ask you should challenge the UB placement math and English, and then we use those to place you again accordingly depending on your level.
Is there a specific date to follow or to take these exams? Sponsored by the university?
We have a number of different placement exams. The last one was held on March 26th.
Every 2 months.
So the next one is June 30th. You have to apply or register for these placement exams by June 19th. And then after that, if you miss the June one, there's a July one as well. And then every year, there's additional placement exams.
Right.
That's great. With payments, are there payment plans or payment sources that we can use to get into the university if we're not financially able to pay up front? Does the university engage in those type of processes for different situations?
Yes, so we do have a payment plan. If you have more questions on the payment procedure and all that, you can contact our accounts receivables office at ar@ub.edu.bz. Responding to your question, yes, we have a payment plan where students are able to pay 25% every month by, let's say they start August, they pay 25% by August, then September 25%, October 25%. By November, they should have paid the entire thing, and then they get the report card December. Then the following semester, they repeat the same process.
So if I'm not able to meet a payment 25% requirement, are there consequences?
There are consequences. You could be blocked from accessing your UB portal and your grades and all that. But if you have any issues, please feel free to contact AR, reach out. We have student support services there for you to assist you if you have financial issues.
Oh, that's great. That's good to know. So as well, I'm in university, right? I'm already taking classes. The textbook, open sources material, how may I be getting those, or how may they be available to me?
Yeah, there is one thing that I think we should have done when we started or when we opened the show, and that was to really, how did we overlook that? To really big up and to really place emphasis on our students who have gotten acceptance. It's very important to say that you have done a very good job, excellent job, because we're coming out of some challenging times, and a lot of our students, they felt as if they were not prepared. They didn't feel competent enough to come into higher education, and so you have done a very good job, and we just want to commend you on that, and just want to say kudos to you guys. Welcome to UB. We are happy to have you, and we can talk about you now, right? Now, as you mentioned about textbook or open source information, what it is that our students use. In the past, students usually pay for textbook services. You actually usually pay to have, get your textbooks in hand and get your hard copies and so forth. But some years ago, university decided to do away with that type of plan and allow the lecturers that leverage to really have the students use open sources and electronic text. So it depends on the faculty that you're in. It depends on your lecturer. Those persons will indicate to you, at the beginning of class, whether or not you are required to purchase textbooks or whether they'll be using open sources or electronic text, whatever that is. But when you come into your orientation, that's when you will learn about that.
And from experience, some lecturers, they have the e-copy already, and they distribute it to their students. So all that will be mentioned to you when you start the course.
Right, but it's no longer as how we did it in the past, where you're required to pay that $250 for your hard copy textbook in hand. So you'll hear more about that when you come to orientation.
And about the open sources, again, are there ways that we know that it's better for students? Is there positive feedback by doing this?
In terms of being better, or if there are positive feedbacks in using open sources, that's definitely up to your lecturer. They would know exactly what the different sources are, what the electronic sources are. They would be able to refer students to different electronic sources or different open sources. They'd be able to guide them into which one is valid, which one you can use, because you can't use everything that is available online. There are some of it that is not required and some of it that's erroneous. So of course you'll be guided by your lecturer as to what to use, where to go, what different academic sites you can use and so forth. We have our EBSCO host here at the university. That's another software that students can tap into to get their information and so forth. So the students are guided as to what sources they really use.
And then e-books versus getting a hard copy. Everyone takes their phone everywhere. It's so much better to just look up whatever you need to look up right there, and then eating lunch, you have that there. You don't have to be taking around an entire textbook that's this thick. So I think it is beneficial in that sense.
It is, but there are some majors that you definitely need to have. For example, our medical students when that program comes. So there are some majors, some disciplines that you are required to have your resources. You have to purchase those because you're not just going to use them now for the duration of your program, but you'll be using them even afterwards. So it depends on the program. Like business, it's easy to find your open sources and electronic media for business. But when it comes on to your medical program, your sciences, your technology, some things you just have to have some programs are required to have your textbooks.
To let them know. Thank you, ladies, for sharing the knowledge with us and the viewers. Let's take some time to continue this lovely conversation. We'll be right back.
All right. Sir, you think the circle carry me or fly me like helicopter? People, my name is David Murray, and today I have teamed up with the University of Belize because I got some very important news for them. Come along with me as I show on the GIS program that you be and show on what this whole thing about because it's a beautiful program.
I'm here with Mr. Antonio Cano, lecturer in the science department for the certificate in GIS program.
And I want you to tell us something very special today. I want you to educate the public about what the GIS program really is about.
GIS stands for Geographic Information Systems. So the first part of that word, geography, deals with things about where things are. That's the very foundation about GIS. And then we're talking about it in a technological sense, using IT or computer systems to be able to analyze and look at where things are, understand patterns about where things belong and where things might be.
Alright, thank you so much for telling us about what GIS is. And now I'd want you to explain to us how relevant is GIS in this 21st century?
Like I mentioned before, GIS is everywhere. So in the military, in the utilities, in conservation, in the private sector, everybody's using GIS. We're trying to find really location intelligence or use information about where things are located to be able to answer bigger questions, right? What types of relationships exist between different features? So, for instance, we're coming out of the pandemic. Ministry of Health, they want to know, all right, where can diseases spread? How can we track, how can we map the spread of diseases, right? How we might be able to predict how future diseases might spread, right? In the military intelligence, they need to be very location aware. They need to know where their forces are. They need to know where potential enemies might be. And so being able to map those things or being able to bring those things to a visual representation is very critical. In the conservation and industry, there's so much going on. We're probably living in one of the most challenging times of conservation. We want to understand how global climate change is going to affect us now and then into the future. So we want to create models that might actually show us how temperature might change, for instance. And then, in business and the private sector, we need to have an understanding of our infrastructure, of our assets, right? If you're managing a distribution company, you need to see how your assets are moving so you can best understand to maximize how efficiently you can move product from one location to the other, right? Where to set up a store if you are going to be opening up a new branch, right? Where you're going to minimize competition or maximize the amount of return you're going to get in your investment. So GIS plays a really critical role. Where is everywhere, right? Every single piece of flesh and earth and everything has a where component to it. So understanding where is important to being able to then answer those questions.
I also want, for the expectations of the UB graduates of this GIS program, how can it advance their career? How can they build on what they have already using the GIS program from the University of Belize?
Well, if you look at career growth worldwide, you see that geospatial technologies is one of the fastest growing fields, and that includes GIS. Here in Belize, the same is true. You start seeing advertisements coming out right now for opportunities in conservation and across all these industries. They're looking for people who have some background or experience in GIS. So as a graduate of this program, you're giving yourself a competitive advantage, right? There are no other GIS programs here in this country. And even in this region, GIS is one of the premier programs that you can find. If you look at the content, it's very thorough. You're giving yourself, or you're setting yourself up for potentially stepping up in your career. Again, organizations across the board, they're looking again how they can improve their efficiency, how they can have a better competitive advantage too, right? So they want to advance, and they're looking for people who will bring skills that deal with technology into their workplace, and thus help them to advance their own objectives.
From what you're saying, I do get and understand that this is a lot of technological advancements in this program. So I want you to enlighten us a bit about some of the machinery and the high-tech equipment that you will be using in this program.
Sure. So first and foremost, you are correct in saying that it's really technologically intensive, right? We try to ensure that our students get exposed to the latest trends and the latest technology that's out there. So that includes using UAVs such as drones to be able to monitor and collect information. We're leveraging the power of smartphones and tablets to actually go out into the field and collect data. Most data collection right now is pen and paper. So we're transforming the way that people actually are collecting data in the field. And on top of that, our students get exposed to the technology that exists beyond the human grasp, right? How do you access technology from satellites, right? How do you learn about the latest in programming and being able to leverage things such as programming languages to be able to automate processes, right? So some big things that are going on right now are machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence. You know, if those are things that excite you, if you are excited by technology, then this program is for you.
And I think it's very exciting that you mentioned that it's a lot of technology, but also it seems like it's a lot of application as well. So it's not just the technology, but you're using it to apply. And I also want to ask you, what are some of the admission requirements for this program?
Okay, it is a one-year program. The program has 31 credits. It's cost at about $150 per credit hour, with a base fee of about $400. So roughly for that 1 year, you're paying about a little less than $6,000. On top of that, to apply into the program, you need an associate's degree. It can be an associate's degree in any field. Like I mentioned before, GIS is applicable across the board, right? So if you have an associate's degree and want to pursue the certificate in GIS program, you can definitely apply to this program. If you're pursuing a bachelor's degree and maybe want to take on the added challenge of getting that added competitive advantage, then this is the program for you too. We also look at previous experiences. So if you've taken courses in GIS, if you've taken trainings in GIS, we can evaluate those and determine how they can equate to the content that we have.
Alright guys, so this was the GIS program at the University of Belize. I want to thank you, Mr. Antonio, once again for your time and enlightening us a bit more about this program at Belize and what it's about. People, there is the University of Belize's admissions email. If you may have any queries on that, also know WhatsApp number somewhere on the street because I know where they want it. And there's somewhere there. Stay tuned to other videos because we will have more. Well, thank you once again for joining us on this episode with the GIS program at the University of Belize. Thank you once again.
And we're back with the second segment of the first episode of the Summertime Buzz podcast. We like to let the students or those incoming know about what's required of you when applying, so you may not miss important dates and miss important parts of joining the Black Jaguar family.
Yes.
So as we continue from orientation, would you guys like to shed some light on that as well?
Okay, so after you attend your orientation, after you've read the guide that is attached to your response letter, and after you've attended orientation, after you've attended third section of orientation where you meet your academic advisor and they guide you through how to register and what courses you need to register for, after that, now it's time to decide how you're going to finance those courses that you're registering for. This is where UB's 25% monthly payment plan comes into play. So again, UB offers many financial assistance to its students. The first one being what I spoke about, the 25% monthly payment plan. We have work scholarship opportunities that you can
you can tap into those.
You can tap into those.
And tap into those.
To those who really want that some information that you may really like to look into. For me, if I want to be a full-time student or part-time, what makes me a full-time student? What makes me part-time?
Okay, good. That's a good question. A full-time student are those persons who are doing more than 9 credits, more than 3 courses for the semester, right? You're taking like your 12 courses, your 18 courses. Some persons are taking even 21, credits, not courses, 21 credits, right? So once you're taking anything above 9 credits, you're considered a full-time. If you're taking 9 credits and below, then you're a part-time student. And we want the students to be aware of that. You might apply as a full-time and you change your mind because you realize that you need Faye just spoke about funding. You need money to pay your tuition, so you got a job. So now you have to switch status. And all you have to do is you notify us. You can notify us. Let us know that you're changing. We switch you in the system. Or you go ahead and you register for your 3 classes. and so you'll be considered a part-time student because you can work and come to the university. So if you are not able to take on 6 courses, 7 courses, then take your 3 and pay for what you can afford and be a part-time student, right?
This is very good information for those who are maybe struggling or those who still want to
Yes.
pursue
Yeah.
education but don't have the financial means. So I feel like it was great to bring that up as well. With late applications. you know,
Late.
What are considered to be late applications? What makes them late?
Guys, my tagline, it's I always say that it's never too late to apply. That means you can always apply to the University of Belize. But seriously, we did have our deadline on May 26th. But persons who are still out there and are still considering, we are not turning our students back.
No.
You want to pursue education, come on down. You come on down. We don't even have a late fee.
That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. We have never had a late fee. So we have to place a deadline there because we have to make internal preparations
Yes.
and plans. But listen, if you're there and you're deliberating, some persons are waiting until they graduate. I always tell students, don't wait until you graduate to apply to UB. Apply now. Some persons say they don't have the money and they're seeking sponsors. When you meet your sponsor, fear your sponsor want to see your letter of acceptance.
It makes them
You-
show you that you show them that you're actually interested.
You took
are
the
taking
initiative.
yes, you're taking
But
the
you
initiative.
can't meet your sponsor and your sponsor say, I'm willing to sponsor you, and you say, boy, I didn't apply to UB, I don't have a letter. And you get anxious and you miss the opportunity. The sponsor goes to the person who is ready and prepared.
Yes.
So I said to students, apply to UB early, get your acceptance. Then you think about meeting your sponsors and what have you, So
That's a
late
great idea.
applications, we come on down. We don't have a late fee. You can still apply.
Yes.
All right, come on down. And we have new programs here that
Yeah.
persons are
Can you
contemplating.
tell us more about that?
Yeah,
new
we
programs?
we have criminology that's here.
Associates and bachelors.
and bachelors,
That's
associates, and bachelors.
Yes.
We have sent out a number of acceptance already. So persons have gotten accepted into our new program, bachelors in criminology, associate in criminology, criminal justice and criminology. And we also have the pre-med that we are looking at going into as well. Our bachelors in medicine, our medical program coming, and our engineering program. We are producing so many junior engineers in the country here, and so we want to talk about that too.
The engineering
Yeah.
program. I've heard rumors that they're relocating to Belmont. Is that true?
He said rumors, Faye. They are
They are,
relocating.
yes.
Right.
Yes.
They are here in Belmopan already. So if students were accepted to engineering, then they no longer need to travel to Belize City.
that's
They'll be
great.
right here. You can do your program right here in Belize.
Belmopan.
In Belmopan. It has been there for so many years. But yes, engineering is now right here in Belmopan. Excellent program.
That's great. Can you let me know a little more insight about the closed programs, the turn back individuals, well, not turn back, decline?
Okay. Closed program and decline
Decline.
individual. Faye, you want to talk about
Yeah, so-
programs that are closed?
We are accepting, as Ms. Parker said, we're still accepting applications to different programs. Now, if you are interested in any except social work, any under the Faculty of Health Science, which is nursing, the bachelor's in nursing, certificate in practical nursing, bachelor's in med lab science, and bachelor's in pharmacy, those are closed, as well as the associates in biology and chemistry. No, any other program, it's open for application submission.
Right.
Now, for declined students, we don't. We don't like to use the word decline because
but
you're
those
not
are students who didn't get
you never got
accepted,
accepted.
right.
You never met the qualifications for the program you wrote on the application.
Right.
Now, for those students, we refer them to what we call the pre-university education program,
Right.
where they're able to take the pre-university courses, like developmental courses
Right,
that
to
would
meet.
you would allow them to qualify when they
Right, right.
reapply.
So with that all being said, do you guys have any final comments before we close?
So my final words to our incoming students would be, yes, again, congratulations. Thank you for choosing the University of Belize. We are expecting you and we want you to come with a positive mindset.
Yeah.
We want you to come expecting to be stretched to your maximum capacity. So It's good for us to have been here to talk to our students who have gotten acceptance. This is how you start preparing. Continue to listen to this podcast because we'll have a lot of other information coming up for you. Whether you were accepted, whether you matriculated into a program, or you were declined from a program, always know that there is a way for you to get into your program of interest. So as Faye just mentioned, if you were declined from your program because you didn't meet the requirements, then you can always jump into the pre-university program and prepare to matriculate, to gain
Any
admissions.
final comments from you as
It's
well?
that's not the end. It's
not
not
the
the end. It's a little hiccup in your journey,
Right.
but it is your journey as a Jaguar. So
Yeah,
Everyone runs
ahead.
their own race. That's
Yes.
the same
Yeah.
I have.
awesome.
it's a very nerve-wracking
Yeah.
part. You're coming into a new environment,
Yeah.
but we have so much support systems or support services
Yeah.
available for you. Reach out if you have any questions. If you have any questions for us, you can contact us at admissions@ub.edu.bz, and we'll be happy to help as best as we could.
Now with the final comments, thank you guys for being a part of the
Thank
first
you.
edition of the new podcast
Yes.
series, Summertime Buzz. We'd like to thank the viewers. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll be airing new episodes every Sunday at 8 p.m. So don't forget to look out and join the journey.